Welcome to the channel. This is Clarityempress, the Empress of Clarity, here to do a collective energy reading for my Gemini and Sagittarius collective. Hope everyone is doing well. We are doing opposite signs, so I'm going to read Gemini first, and then I'm going to read Sagittarius. Then we're going to move on to Cancer, Capricorn, then Leo, Aquarius, then Virgo, and Pisces in that order. All right. So stay tuned for your sign. If you are a Sagittarius, you will be right behind Gemini. All right. All right, Spirit, give me a message for my Geminis. What do they need to know and or be aware of? What is the energy? Good energy. All right, so it says Taurus and cultivate. Gemini, during this season, it's time. It is time to prep yourself like Taurus would. And I was saying during the Taurus reading, I believe I was saying it during the Taurus reading, Taurus like to amass wealth. They are earth energy, earth signs. They understand what wealth does for them, right? But Taurus do not amass wealth for just the sake of having wealth. Their goal to have wealth tends to be luxury, what it can afford, the stability that it gives. Taurus is ruled by the planet Venus, and Venus is, love, aesthetics, beauty, peaceful environments and things like that, right? Relationships. So Taurus has a good relationship when it comes to money. But let's see what the author says now. I've been corrected on Circe's in its series. But apparently this book may go between Greek mythology and the Latin version, because one of my subscribers pointed out, and shout out to White Buffalo woman, that the Proserpina is the Latin version of Persephone. Well, she told me it was Persephone, but when I looked it up, it's Proserpina, but it's the Latin version. I don't know if they say it differently, but it doesn't look anything like Persephone. So I had to look it up, because I was like, his wife to the underworld does sound like Persephone. So I know when I was reading, I was like, So some said, look it up. And I looked it up, and there it is. Okay. All right. So clarity. Let's see. Taurus asks you to hold still, dig in, grow roots, and strengthen over time. Manifest in a practical way, signified by a bull standing in its field. Taurus rules the neck and voice. It is proposed to bring life into matter through growing flowers and crops, through our muscular strength and the central potential of our bodies, and through the solidness of our material resources. So the action is work with the metaphor of gardening. Plow the ground, plant the seeds, nurture the crops with water and fertilize. Protect those crops from predation. Grow roots rather than travel. Investigate what concrete forms your project should take and the next practical steps in that direction. Appreciate the senses. Notice what you see, smell, hear, feel, and taste. Use the senses to be in the present moment, and let the time flow by. Cuddle, feed. So this is about not hurrying along, tending what you build. Don't mistake your stubbornness for strength, but be strong and be solid. So part of also what I get from this card for you, Gemini, if you have projects that you're working on, things that you want to put into concrete ideas, like that you want to see through, it's time to dig a little deeper, and you have to make a practical plan. Okay, how do you want it to look? What will it take to get there? Does it take consistency? Does it take consistency? Does it take support, volunteers, paid staff? Do you need more funding? How do you get your funding? Like, so if you have project, and let's conversely think about this in the form of relationships. If you're in a relationship, are you nurturing that relationship? Have you planted the seeds? Are you watching it? Are you protecting the relationships? You know, some people think I'm in a relationship, right? And I do for this person and that's enough. When a lot of times our love languages don't jive or they don't match. And it's important to match someone's love language to demonstrate you are actually listening to them and you care. It might not be your love language, but if you guys do that for each other, you know, it tends to be a more harmonious relationship. Because if my love language is um okay, I'm gonna speak for somebody I know. One of my mom's love languages, if she can't get it on sale, she will make it. Okay. So if I was to give her fabric or maybe a gift card at her favorite place to buy fabric, and or buy her the pattern she was looking at but she wouldn't buy, she would love that because she knows that I'm listening to what her needs and desires are. But unlike somebody else in her life, if they want her to have something, they just buy it and they don't care. And she does care how much it costs. She doesn't want to be fussed over. So even if it's really nice, if it's let's say if it's $1,000 suit and you got it for maybe 300 or less, she'd be ecstatic about that because not only did you get her something that she liked, but you saved money doing it, and she would love that. If you bought her for $1,000, she'd not turn her nose up, but be like, that's a little too much. I could have had like 3 suits. It's a, you know, people think a certain way. It's not always your way or the right way or the wrong way. It's just when you give from from the perspective of the person you're giving to, and whether it's a thing or your energy, you're giving because you're listening to the person and you saying, I see you. And that means you're planting seeds, you're nurturing the relationship, and that should be reciprocal. So you can't do something for somebody one time and expect, well, you're gonna, you know, I know you like it, I know you love it. Okay, but you got to nurture that. All right. So that's the energy I got from you, Gemini. Let's see what the tarot has to say. All right, Spirit, give me a message for my Gemini's collective. What do they need to know or be aware of? Yeah, Judgment. Page of Wands. Uh-oh. Something else. Oh. Emperor. Yeah, I'm getting that Taurus energy coming up. I think this is Aries, but it's still, this card is giving Taurus energy. Okay, look at that bull. So Gemini. Oh, wow. So I'm getting that there's something you need to end. Oh, and you're having a hard time doing that. Bottom of the deck. Wheel of Fortune. But things are changing, right? Well, you know, it's interesting how the Wheel of Fortune comes out. Things are always changing, right? But how we do things, how we think, how we perceive things, all of that starts to shift when we become more aware of what we need to be doing or what it is that we want to do. We have to shift, right? We got Judgment. So whatever you got going on is a second chance. It's a new opportunity. It's like digging you out from digging it from the mud, you know. The first thing that comes to mind too is that it's a proverb, but I've heard it come from multiple origins. I think the original origin might be Mexican. You know, take it how it resonates. But it was saying that they thought we were what they said. Forgot how they put it, but it's basically saying they thought we were nothing. They threw us in the dirt. but they didn't realize we were seeds. And that when they threw us in the dirt, we got planted and we grew. This is all about growing and nurturing whatever you invest in. Now, I got the page of wands here. Now, the page of wands to me, it's always been my gossip card. It's always been the town crier of bad news for me, right? Spirit tends to give me that, but I feel like it's also someone who lacks a little direction, and I don't know if this is you or maybe who you're working with or something like that. But this is in the hidden energy, standing in your power, strength, growing, being disciplined, understanding what needs to be done. So I feel like you may have a little bit of I feel like a little confusion in your ranks. Okay. All depends on who you're dealing with, who is supportive to you. But I feel like you are like transfixed in what you want to do, how you want to do it. You might have your plan underlying. Somebody else may not be a part of that plan. So something is changing. And we got the Wheel of Fortune here and the challenge and lesson. So there's something you need to close out. And I feel like the challenge also is, which is likely outcome, is deciding how to do that. But I'm going to clarify that. Tell me about judgment. What's reaching a second chance? Is this a relationship? Is this a business? Is this a job? Oops, too many. Give me one at a time, please. Is this a business, relationship, or job, Spirit? Oh, okay. We got the Tower. Something is happening in divine timing. Something not only is happening in divine timing, but something happened in a snap. I feel like somebody got a rude awakening. I'm hearing a dose of reality. Yeah. And I feel like, Gemini, you're holding your boundaries up. Seven of Wands energy. You're keeping your boundaries up with this misguided person, this Page of Wands in reverse. Whoever is like either spreading lies or just very confused. But you're holding your boundaries up with that. Tell me about the Emperor, Spirit. What about this Emperor energy? One at a time. One at a time. Oh, wow. Okay, so the discipline is here because of a betrayal. All right, let me go on. Let me go on because I'm about to say something. Oh, we got the moon. Wow. Okay, Gemini, you got some heavy energy here. We got the Six of Coins in reverse. That's what's changing. But let's review, boys and girls. We got 7 major arcana in this short spread right now. You got Judgment with the Tower. So there was a snap decision of something cannot go on anymore. You got holding your boundaries from whatever is being told or said about you that may not be true or whatever. I feel like it's something about misguided information. You are holding onto your plans due to somebody's sabotage. And I feel like there's an ending here, right? But I feel like you put an end or kibosh to something and you're standing on 10, like you are standing on it. Whatever it is, it's over. You're not going back to it. You're not playing with it no more. It's over. All right. We got in the challenge and the lesson is death and the world card. So it's given something is regardless of someone struggling with it, somebody has learned that they must close out this cycle, that this ending only means there's a new beginning. We got that here in the past energy, and we got that here now with the challenge and the lesson. Somebody had to learn a harsh lesson, especially with this sabotage, with this Ten of Swords. Somebody was betrayed, played with, disrespected. I feel like somebody cursed somebody out. There was a lot of arguments. There was a lot of despair. And somebody somebody was like, it's like somebody was ready for it, whatever. I'm getting like somebody was ready, like, all right, like had a response for everything or a lack of response for everything. Either way, it was like somebody was prepared not to deal, or I should say prepared themselves to deal with this betrayal. Especially this page. And I feel like it came from a Page of Wands energy. Somebody immature thought they were getting away with something, talking about something. Somebody, this gives me that vibe that, it's an adult, more than likely it's an adult that talks and triangulates people. Uh, don't care how it make people feel. And somebody's bossing up. In the hidden energy, they bossing up. They putting a kibosh to this too. Because it's here with death. And then the hard decision, because it's emotional. This is an emotional situation to end. With the moon card in reverse, somebody's like, listen, I see clearly now. I know it's a hard thing to do. This is given that title situation, right? And what I mean by that, I was just talking to her, unpacking with my mentee, and they were having problems. Now, this also represents mother energy, right? My mentee's not a Gemini. I'm sure she has it in her chart. But what we talked about was the fact that she has a family member. I believe it was, it's our mother, her blood mother. Talks to her like, I guess in a parental way. And the reason why I'm saying I guess, this mother figure was not in her life, majority of her life. And they've been in communication for the last 4 years. Now, what she explained to me is that the mother um, talks to her, but then uses that to ask for things. Oh, I feel like this is her reading. Um, with this, it's not an equal give and take. It's a one-sided relationship. So the mother, she feels manipulated by the mother to cough up all this information and tell her all the thoughts, and trying to kindle this relationship with her mother as a young adult, only for every time she turn around, the mom's hand is out. I need money. I need money. Send me this, send me this, send me this. Mind you, she has to send this money across seas. So it's a complicated process at times where what's available to on one side is not available on the other. So you can get really sticky. But every time the mother receives this, she throws it back in the girl's face and says it's not good enough, it's not this enough. It don't matter what it is she send her. It's something not enough. And my advice to her at the time, and I feel like this is what this reading is about, even though it's not necessarily about her, it's giving the same vibe. My advice to her was, what would you do? What would you tell your friend if your friend was experiencing what you were experiencing? And she said, well, I would tell them what my friends told me. I don't have to do it. And this mother threatened to not talk to her again. All right. So this is where I'm getting here with the moon. There's been mental and emotional abuse and manipulation on the behalf of the mother toward the child. And the child is making a hard choice because, of course, as a child, you want to give to the adult that's in your life. You want to show them that you care. You want to demonstrate your love, right? But you can't if every time you turn around, you got a plan in place and they derail your plan with sabotage. They take from you with the Six of Pentacles in reverse. This is amazing to me right now, y'all. But and this is a revelation that she has. She said, I'm tired. I said, but who are you tired of? Because if you keep doing it, you're doing what you want to do. If you don't want the results, you have to change who? You. And that's why we have the Wheel of Fortune and the Six of Pentacles. So this is giving that energy that, somebody's mind is changing. And I feel like somebody's going to stop the people pleasing because again, this person is really getting ready to graduate with their master's. and they're trying to ship the mom over to the U.S. to attend the graduation, but with no effort from the mother whatsoever, like no money. Maybe she'll do the paperwork. I don't know what it looks like, but no effort. Meanwhile, this will derail their financial plans because they've been, they've given me their financial plans, what they plan to do. Spending that kind of money is going to wipe out their plans. So this is why this person is struggling. Excuse me. I don't know what's going on with this. This is why this person is struggling with ending something that's become a cycle and a pattern. So if you're experiencing anything like this, you have to be careful not to let somebody derail your plans because they're being selfish, or you don't want you're scared about what they're going to say to others or how they're going to betray you. You have to stand on 10. You have to be unrelenting in what it is that you plan to do for yourself, because this is your future and you're not getting any support. The Six of Pentacles in reverse, there's no support. So this is a hard decision. But what's clear is there's definitely emotional manipulation involved. All right, I don't want to shortchange you, Gemini, but we going on too long. And I just had to tell you that because this energy matches that. All right, Spirit, give me a message from Gemini's. Source. It's time to take a certain action, and that action is judgment, and to end things that weren't serving you. Yep, time to heal this with integration, which is also temperance energy. Maybe try to find a middle ground if possible. This person is now aware of the betrayal. Chariot energy is determining how they will move. Tell me more, Spirit. Yep. There's an ending of the cycle. There's a death for a rebirth, for new possibilities, and especially in finance and new opportunities. Tell me more, Spirit. And making this decision to cut out this manipulation brings harmony and balance. This is 10 of Cups, but this is also like a Ace of Cups, self-regulation, understanding, balance, harmony. Bottom of the deck. Yeah, because this person here is clinging to the past. And I feel like with the Moon card, that's mother energy. So it could be somebody clinging to the past or wanting you to cling to the past. But this also brings healing. The Five of Cups in reverse is healing. This didn't come in reverse. I don't read this particular deck in reverse, but I'm getting with the change here and overall energy with the Wheel of Fortune that no more clinging to the past. We're not holding on to things that are not helpful. So, unfortunately for the situation I mentioned, this person has a lot of thinking to do. You can't come to any quick decisions a lot of times when it comes to families, and sometimes you can. Or I should say you could come to a quick decision, but maybe the action is not always that quick. The action and the decision tend to take a little time to follow because, it's hard. It's not easy. But there is there's a breakthrough. I can't even talk. A breakthrough and an epiphany happening right now for somebody. So take it how it resonates, Gemini. But getting your Taurus energy. All right, so now let's move on to Sagittarius. What does Sagittarius need to know or be aware of? What do they need to know? Spirit, give me a message for my Sagittarius crew. Sixth house, sustainability. Sustainability is increasingly important right now. It's been a topic of conversation in my home because how do you sustain in a world that keeps ramping up prices, housing prices, jobs, markets, shaky. Like, how do you sustain? And this is given sustainability. So let's see what the author has to say. It says, work smarter, not harder. The opposite of a dysfunctional situation is a sustainable ecosystem. Oh, so it's giving me peace vibes. Oh, look at the chakras. I gotta look at the card better. Yeah, this is lining everything up. Okay. Make your life sustainable. Look at the time, resources, love, care, and sweat you put into your life and assess whether you are putting in as much as you get out and whether you're receiving as much as you put in. The input and output have to match. Maybe not every day, but certainly every week or month. You cannot sustain the long haul. Or you cannot sustain the long haul. And that motorcycle just like hinted to me that, yeah, you cannot sustain if you are not getting at what you put in. Think about it. The housing crisis or the food. Like when you go to the grocery store, what cost you $100 um, last year may have half filled your basket or a quarter away, depending on where you live. Now $100 is like a handful of items. It's one of those hand baskets, not even a carrot, depending on where you go, right? So it's saying work smarter, not harder. The sixth house concerns your daily work, not necessarily your vocation or for career longed for career. If you're waiting tables to support your acting career, the sixth house speaks both of your day job and what you do toward the dream. Put some time and effort in your dreams to bring these two paths closer to being one and the same. Assess your work environment. Besides the money and the professional trajectory, most jobs offers an opportunity. I need to see this better. To bump souls with others, a stage to work through karma and round out our personalities. Camaraderie can help to create a healthy work environment. Attitude makes all the difference. So basically, watch where you put your mind. Nervousness can turn into chronic anxiety, which taxes the health. Give your mental hamsters something worthy to work on. Keep them from merely spinning. Look at your daily habits and invest in good care, self-care. Make healthy food delicious, healthy activity enjoyable. Play with the dog or the talk to the wild birds. Time with animals can restore the spirit as well as can be great exercise. So yeah, spirit wants you to balance out your energy. Yeah, spirit wants you to balance out your energies and what you're putting in. It's what I was taught as a kid in high school. I used to go to a Saturday program called PACE. It's the reason why I created my nonprofit. And then PACE stood for the Program for Acceleration in the Careers of Engineering. And it was located in many places. And as you can see, I am a brown person. I am black and brown, whatever you want to call me. Right? And these were black and brown engineers from Bell Atlantic, AT&T, Lucent Technologies, and different places like that in our area that would volunteer to teach us. So they taught us coding and they taught us soldering and they taught us a lot. But there was a one running theme that I never forgot that either one or more of them used to say to us: do what you love to do and it won't feel like work. Now, as a kid, I didn't get that. I didn't understand that. I didn't understand what does that mean. I know I got to go to college and I got to get a job. That's all I've been told. That's what the running theme in my house is. But I never forgot that because I wanted to understand what does it mean and what does that feel like? Do what you love to do and it'll never feel like work. This is what sustainability is talking about with the sixth house. What I learned is that if I do what I love, I get more pleasure out of it. I can put more energy into it the rewards are better. You know what I mean? Like the rewards outweigh um, what you can imagine the work to be sometimes. I mean, I have a nonprofit, so sometimes the work does is more than the input. I should say the output is more than the input. But if we keep going and we connect with the right sources and get the right support, it does come back. It's like what they say is what you put out there, you do get back karmically, right? So do good and you'll get good. You know what I mean? Be grateful and you'll have more to be grateful for. That's the vibe I'm getting, Sag. All right, Spirit, give me a message from my Saggies because this is already over. Sorry, guys. Oh my God, one at a time, please. Thank you. 6 of Cups. So there's something from your childhood and your past has been questioned. Temperance. Oh yeah, you're not doing what you need to be doing, Saggy. Your card is in reverse. You having some resistance to changing. You can't do that. We got to change with the times right now. Like, speaking of changing with the times, I had to send something to a government agency. Do you know my state, I'm not going to go into that, but my state still accept things by fax, won't let you send an email for certain documents. I'm like, I really got to fax that to you? Yes, you got to fax it. Oh my God. Page of Swords. Knight of Pentacles in reverse. I feel like bottom of the deck. Yeah. I was about to say, I feel like you want to go fast with the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. And that's the challenge and the lesson is to go quicker than slower. You're having a hard time and you're resisting some type of change. And that's what's got you feeling out of balance. Maybe it's because you need to figure out what it is that you want to be doing or who you want to be with or whatever the case may be. I feel there, my Page of Swords in reverse always gives me a bit of confusion energy. So maybe there's some confusion on your part as to what you want to do or somebody watching you. That's always a sign of me being watched. But let's see. Tell me more. Ooh. Wow. Okay, we got the Ten of Swords on the Six of Cups. You have to get out of this. You're in a situation you need to get from childhood. So this could be parents that you need to get out of. An unstable home. Oh, and it's a third party trying to slow you down from changing. Oh, somebody's trying to get you to resist changing. Six of Wands. Yeah. But it's time for you to take flight. Six of Wands. With the Knight of Pentacles. You're supposed to shine somewhere. You're supposed to grow. You're supposed to be victorious. But I don't get that you are trying to keep you back as much as you are attached to a situation that is trying to sabotage you and keep you back. And this is in your home. So if you're an adult that lives with your parents, you may have parents that don't want to see you grow or leave them behind. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, all the pages are in reverse. So you may also have not only parents, but siblings or it could just be siblings or old friends or old lover, somebody from your past whom you live with does not want to see you move on. They want you to stay like them. Look, there's three of cups. They want you to stay like them. They want to hold you back. Look, the fish's mouth. These people don't want to see you grow. They don't want to see you change. That's all I can say is they don't want to see you grow and they don't want to see you change. These people want to see you stuck and drunk, passed out at home. Damn, look at the Ten of Swords. It's the Six of Cups energy that's sabotaging you. It's whatever you got in your past. It's like, Saggy, you need to, in order for you to be sustaining in your relationships, there's some relationships you're going to have to cut out. And these are very childish people because we have the Page of Swords and the Page of Wands. These people are sending off bad communication, messages of concern to other people about you. They talking about you. They're making up stuff in their head. And you over here like, oh, okay. Now I see who's what. I think you know who the culprit is. You know who's immature. Now, mind you, if this is an adult over you, meaning a parent or something, you know that these people are childish, right? You understand that they don't operate um you know that they don't operate like adults. You know, these people, whoever this is, they operate in a childish energy. Damn, Jim. I mean, Sag. Somebody is trying to hold you back from your greatness. I think what help you with this is that it's like being willing to stand out, being willing to stand in your power. Like you got to stand on your 10 too. Tell me more, Spirit. But this is all about the people in your energy. Yeah, you see it. You see what it is. You have been in hangman energy for a minute. The Spirit says you now see what it is. New vision. Yeah, they sold you a dream. Ooh, these people were lying to you. Sold you a dream. This is the kind of energy that will give you drugs and keep you drugs and alcohol just to keep you in an illusion that this is the life. You know what I mean? This is the life. Yeah. They want you to invest in them. Seven of Pentacles, patience. They don't want you to move on. Six of Swords is in reverse. They don't want you to move on. They want you to stay right there. Man, you better be careful. And I just heard, don't, whoever this is, if this is a love relationship, be careful this person don't impregnate you if they haven't already, because this type of thing will make you hold back longer from whatever your destiny is, because you're pregnant or you have a child. You're anchored to it. Whatever the case may be, these people want to anchor you to them, but they're not improving your situation. They're selling your dream. Yeah, this is definitely a family, whether it's a family you made, um, but it's time for you to break free. It's time for you to find soul tribe. If this is blood relative, or if it's not blood relative, it's probably time to return to your family. But it's somebody that's been in your life for a long time, and it's like you need to change your team. You really do. Where you can. I just saw postponement. They're trying to slow you down. Um. Mm-mm. Tell me more, Spirit. Huh? What's that? Yeah. Spirit says when you, because you just, Gemini got the Two of Swords too. And some of the same cards. But listen, when you move on, when you make the right choice for yourself to cut off anything that's been holding you back, keeping you in delusion, messing with your mind, you get harmony. You get your balance. You get your 10 of Cups. You get your love overflowing. But only when, and I mean only when, you make the decision. It's a hard decision to make, cutting off people. Gemini had the same type of energy, but just different. Yeah, this is in your home. This is who you live with, Sag. This is who you live with. This is coming up in two different decks, clarifying two different decks. You got three sets of tens. Is something that's going to be over. And there's many people involved. Three of coins here. There's a lot of immature energy in reverse here. And Spirit is saying you know that you might have been pulling away from this situation, but you have been reluctant to move on. You've been invested. Basically, Spirit is saying you've been a bit stubborn about letting this situation go, but you need to do it for your benefit to do so. All right, so there's something on the other side of this. Take it how it resonates. If it doesn't resonate, don't take it. Please like, click, share, and subscribe to the channel. And thank you for coming to my channel, y'all. Peace.